Good morning. It's Wednesday the 22nd of August. I'm in the 100-mile wilderness, which is the last, well, it's not the last section on the AT. There's sort of like a little matter of getting up a Mount Katahdin at the end of it, which is about another 5 miles up and down, but 100-mile wilderness starts from a place called, or a town called Monson. They call it the 100-mile wilderness basically because there's nothing really much in it. I think it's a couple of gravel roads, but there's no chance really to sort of get off and resupply, so we've had to carry in about 5 days food. We're banking on about 20-mile days. And if we don't make 20-mile days or 5 days for it all, then I guess we're going to go hungry, so it's a good incentive. Let me show you where I am. I'm at a place called Big Wilson Creek. Now, if any of you have read my my book on my Pacific Crest Trail hike called The Last Englishman, you'll know that I came to a place in the Sierra Nevadas called Evolution Creek, and it was about as wide as this. I'm sort of here. I don't know how far it is over to the other side. I don't know, it's maybe 100 feet, I really don't know. It's not hugely deep, it's probably a couple of feet at worst. So it's a pretty easy one, the current's not moving too quickly, but anyway, when I crossed Evolution Creek in the Sierra Nevada, I kind of filmed it because I thought it'd be interesting to put on the blog, and I nearly kind of fell in. I got about 3/4 over, and all of a sudden the depth just sort of plummeted, and the water level came up to sort of about my chest, and the current caught me, and it was a bit of a scary moment because I thought I was going to go in, get to the other side, check the video footage that I've been filming, and I just got a blank screen with a message saying SIM card full, so I lost the actual whole lot, which is a bit of a pain in the arse, and I don't particularly want to go and do it again, so I'm going to try and do it again here. Luckily, we do have a rope all the way across. Now, this is not for standing on, it's to use your hand. Now, ideally, best case scenario is 2 hands. Now, I'm obviously holding the camera with one of them, so that ain't gonna work. So I'm gonna have to try and do this one-handed. So if I do fall in, it's your fault. It is a beautiful morning though. The forecast for the next 5 days in Maine is pretty much blue skies and sunshine, so hopefully we're not going to get wet. Anyway, if I do fall in, don't laugh. The only thing is the rope is really high, and if I let go with one hand, then it's going to be a lot difficult than I thought it was. You've got to kind of pull it down. And slide your hand across it at the right time. I might have to put my hand up actually, or my other one, just to balance me. In fact, I'm going to have to do it now, hang on. Okay, it's going to get lower in the middle, so at least the rope should get lower in the middle. Damn. It's probably not going to be the best of footages because you're going to get sky every once in a while. As I say, the problem is it's just really slippery on the bottom. There's a big bloody boulder here I've got to get around. It's a bit deeper here. That's my worst fear, is I'm going to drop the bloody camera. Sorry I keep saying the word bloody, by the way, for my younger viewers out there. You shouldn't use such language, really. We're nearly there, I suppose. We're about halfway. So we've got about 5 days basically to get up to Katahdin. There's talk of getting off. We do hit a road right at the end of the 100-mile wilderness, which goes into a place called Millinocket. Now, I think we're going to go in there and resupply before we go up Katahdin. I think we're hoping to get up or start at about 4 o'clock in the morning. We've had reports back that there was day trippers and tourists on the summit at sort of 10 o'clock in the morning. So we're going to try and get a 4 AM start. I think it's about a 4 or 5 hour ascent. So we're going to try and leave at about 4 o'clock. So we get up there before all the tourists. Spend a few hours up there, then come back down. Where are you going, Foz? Right. So that's the plan. And I think we're looking at finishing summit day on Monday, which I think is the 27th of August. Okay, I made it. Phone's not beeping either, so hopefully I've got all the footage. I got wet feet again. We must have had, God, I don't know, a good 6 river crossings in the last few days. Everything has flattened out. We're out of the mountains now. So in about 6 days, hopefully, I can call myself an Appalachian trail thru-hiker. These guys are behind me. We camped at a place called, I think it's Little Wilson Falls. It might be Big Wilson Falls, I'm not too sure. Oh look, we're going up again. There's a surprise. Which was kind of a nice spot. We had to ford the river to get to the campsite over the other side. And Phil got about halfway across, or Lasagna as he's called, and decided he was going to leap for the other bank, but thought it would be a good idea to throw his pack first so he can make the leap easier without his pack. Anyway, his pack hit the side, fell in the river, and he was about 20 feet from the edge of the falls, which you really don't want to fall down. It was probably a good 100-foot drop. So anyway, his bag started floating towards the waterfall, and he had no choice really. He had to jump in. Some of his stuff got wet. I think his phone got wet, so he spent most of yesterday evening trying to dry his gear out. But he's alright, that's the main thing. Juggles is with us as well. Thirsty is with us. I left camp early this morning because I've got a 22-mile day, and I sort of like to leave early and get into camp earlier. And we got 4 days about the same distance, 20 miles. and hopefully we'll be up there. I'll obviously do a video on the summit with a bit of luck, but that's the news. I'm going to walk for about another hour I think, and then I'm due a break. Got some good food with me, got some good bread, got some cheese, got some pesto, some peanut butter, got loads of good stuff. So this is probably going to be the penultimate video. I think it should be one more after this, and that'll be on the summit, hopefully. Just haven't got to break anything or fall over between here and there. That's it, that's the news.